Good day, everyone. I'm Kiarash Khosrotehrani. I'm a dermatologist, professor of dermatology at the University of Queensland in Brisbane, Australia. These are the common basal and squamous cell carcinomas. This is the most common malignancy in mankind. So this is if speaking about cancer, this is the main one that happens to humans. It's a major problem in Australia because of our population, the skin type of, blonde and red hair, populations living in subtropical areas, especially places like Brisbane and Queensland, where we are massively exposed to sun exposure, creating a lot of chronic sun damage, and then these keratinocyte cancers. So in Australia, for example, over a year, there's 1 million intervention, there's 1 million surgery required to take care of keratinocyte cancers. So the main way these keratinocyte cancers manifest is through often sores that don't heal or small lumps, and that can look like pimples, so red color often, but that persist over months and months. So usually these are very different from common things that we get on our skins that usually disappear within 2 or 3 weeks. So these would be lesions that persist for a long time and are going to be growing over months and months. So this is something that should get the general public really suspicious about something unusual happening and requiring a doctor's intervention. Well, the main type of prevention is obviously sun protection. This is by far the best method that we have. Sunscreen use is really essential in terms of preventing skin cancer. So in Queensland, we've been doing some of the core studies by Professor Adele Green's group to show that sunscreen use can actually reduce the incidence of SCC. So especially daily sunscreen use in places like Queensland, where there is a really high UV index most of the year. So she has shown that daily sunscreen use can reduce SCCs, can also reduce melanoma as another side. So this is really the main tool that we have in terms of prevention. Secondary prevention is obviously to detect the lesions as early as possible and to potentially do chemoprevention with drugs such as nicotinamide. So this is a derivative from vitamin B3 that can again reduce the onset of new lesions over time, and then other drugs and creams such as fluorouracil, topical fluorouracil, that can also help in preventing the onset of these new lesions. So there are major differences in terms of your susceptibility to get skin cancer based on the color of your skin. And this is true from even small changes of tone in the skin. So we know that the highest risk is with people which have skin that has really no ability to tan, often red hair, people with blue eyes and very light skin tones. And then on the other spectrum, obviously, darker skin colors, African-American type of skin color, these are much less susceptible to these common skin cancers, and then all the spectrum in between. This is also clearly determined genetically, and the susceptibility genes that drive these changes in color are well established and have been shown to play a major role in predicting the risk of skin cancer, of these type of skin cancers. The key really approaches to keratinocyte skin cancers are really threefold. It's more about how do we stop the epidemic of these keratinocyte skin cancer? How do we improve the prevention? And really, this is a major area of investigation. How do we come up with new chemopreventive solutions to stop people from getting multiple keratinocyte cancers, because that's unfortunately what happens in high incidence regions such as Australia. On the other end of the spectrum, really another key approach is specific populations that are even more susceptible to these keratinocyte cancers, and these would be people who have an immunodeficiency, either induced by the doctors, so such as organ transplant recipients, so people who have received an organ such as a kidney or a liver or lung transplant, have immunosuppressors that reduce their ability to detect and get rid of cancer. And as a result, they have actually 100-fold more SCCs and about 30-fold more BCCs over the lifetime. So these excessive incidences really require a specific type of approach. And really, the scientific question is, can we come up with new solutions to reduce the flow and the onset of new keratinocyte cancers? I hope this was going to be a subject of interest to you, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you all in Singapore next year.